Hello everyone, I'm Jim Hughes and you're watching Oxford News This Week. Coming up, we did touch upon this last week a bit. 6 organizations are bidding to review the Oxford school shooting emergency response. And in our Behind the Lens segment, pack your patience. This is the holiday. In our last story today, lost and hopefully found. All that and more, Oxford News This Week begins right now. In a story we touched upon last week, just re-emphasizing the 6 organizations now bidding to review the Oxford school shooting emergency response system. Oakland County officials are weighing the bids from 6 risk management organizations vying to perform an independent review on emergency response since the 2021 Oxford High School attack. The proposals were actually 5 to 103 pages in length, estimating a duration at work of about 12 weeks to even 6 months to complete the project. The cost between $62,000 plus and $497,000 plus. All the bidders have experience conducting active investigations. Reviews, one of the bidders, Guidepost Solutions, actually were one of the original investigating forces at the Oxford Community School. They produced a 572-page report back in 2023, focusing on the role the school officials had in the days leading up to the actual mass shooting. The other bidders include Citadel Safety Group, Centurion Solutions, CNA, National Policing Institute, and the Security Risk Management and Consultants. Again, we'll have more information once a decision is made. The community actually helped honor veterans over the holiday season. It's actually become a tradition at Ridgelawn Memorial Cemetery, which is located on Burdick. Once again, participants in the National Wreath Across America Day took place on Saturday, December 14th. Scouts, volunteers laid wreaths at the veteran grave sites at Ridgelawn at about 11 a.m. The ceremony again followed at noon. The public invited to help place the wreaths and attend the ceremony. National Wreaths Across America consists of coordinated wreath-laying ceremonies at Arlington National Cemetery. More than 4,600 other participants and locations. Purpose to remember the U.S. veterans who are no longer with us and honor those who are currently serving in the military, to teach children the actual value of freedom. Got to remind yourself that maybe you're going to be getting a friendly little puppy or even an animal over the holidays. A large, loyal, and loving pup, again pictured here, is Diane with her 11-year-old Finley. They stopped by the township office to pick up. Yes, you need to get a dog license. Kind enough to bring the human friend in. Oxford resident Barb Cullen with the picture you see here. Dog licenses are available at the Oxford Township Treasurer's Counter. They're available again through June 1st, located at the 300 Dunlop Road Township Hall. They are open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. For information about dog licenses and other information, contact their website or get on their website at the www.oxfordtownship.org/treasurer. Once again, if you do get one of those 4-legged friends over the holidays, just a friendly reminder, you should possibly sustain a license for that pup. Downtown Oxford was full of festive fun Saturday afternoon when the Oxford Chamber of Commerce and the annual Christmas parade delighted many. Thousands of people joined in the parade activity. Spectators to see scores of parade entrants, including local scouts, community groups, Oxford Parks and Rec, and seniors from the Senior Center. Area businesses and other activities taking place. Oxford High School Marching Band. The highlight was also when Santa and Mrs. Claus touchdown in Oxford. Oxford Community Television right there capturing it. You should be able to see that over the holiday season. Oxford enjoyed the parade. The jolly old couple met in Centennial Park after for photos. 4 parade entrants actually received special recognition. Best float went to the Orion Oxford Dance Arts for their Christmas-themed ballerina float. Oxford Township Parks and Rec won for Best Spirit. Best theme went to Oxford United Methodist Church. And the best marching, well, we only have to remember them as they rolled down the street. Oxford High School's marching band. Judging the parade, a job that is a very tough job, Oxford Village Manager Joe Medore, Oxford Township Supervisor Jack Curtis, representing the Oxford Community Schools, Dr. Tanya Milligan. The parade again was a highlight, kicking off the annual holiday season here in Oxford. And just a friendly reminder, if you can, from your Chamber of Commerce, try to shop local if you can. Keeping on that holiday theme, there were children and the toys and a lot of joy, boys and girls who were given a promise of a wonderful Christmas during Shop with a Hero. That event is an annual event that took place on December 4th at Meyer. And while the heroes weren't clad in red and white outfits or flowing capes, they had looked into the eyes of local youth and promised that there would be one night the kids would be able to center their worlds. Deputies from the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, Oxford Township Substation, police officers from the Oxford Police Department, gathering as one, and even the firefighters from the Oxford Township Fire Department volunteered their time, took a mantle of Kris Kringle to bring holiday joy to the young people's lives and get the Christmas spirit. Every year, Meyer and the Oxford host Shop with a Hero. Individual police and fire departments also raise funds, which helps the departments, giving around 10 to 15 kids about $150 to 200 shopping spree to put gifts under their Christmas trees. Every child deserves Christmas. That is the theme and the motto. Shop with a Hero in Oxford started back in 2000. Hard to believe it's coming up on 25 years old. The Oxford Police Department helped 11 kids have if you have a merrier Christmas. The greatest part of the Shop with a Hero, not the compassion is the compassion of the first responders, but also the thoughtfulness of the kids and the community who show their support. While the kids have money to buy gifts for themselves to place under the Christmas tree, nearly all of them asked how much they could spend on their siblings and parents. Police and firefighters look forward to Shop with a Hero every year, making it a family event, bringing their spouses and children to help them shop. If anyone would like to donate, you can still do that. Shop with a Hero at your local police and fire department. Ongoing efforts to assist the community. Contact those departments that are directly needing help when they need it the most. And we did talk about this last weekend, and it took place. Everybody enjoying themselves. The North Oakland Concert Band featuring its first holiday fireside Christmas. Last week, the concert is sure to get you in the mood. And everybody enjoyed the highlights, including the Eighth Candle by Steve Resistier and Jingle Bells setting by Morton Gould. Again, we enjoy a lot of people enjoying that big show. The concert actually took place at the Christ of Redeemer Catholic Church on 2700 Walden Road in Orion Township. Assemblies gathered there at 6:30 in the evening, and that concert was free to everybody that wanted to attend. Again, just another way as we kick off the holiday here in our local community. Again, enjoying yourself with that concert. Thanking them for allowing people to come there for free. Speaking about free, and yes, never thanked enough, we definitely, in an open letter to the Oxford Leader, we did add part of it from Connie Miller. Free meals to Oxford, thanking its supporters in a letter given to the community on the status of the free meals program, expressing sincere gratitude for those who support it with their dollars, their time. Free meals provided in prepared dinners or groceries to total 1,824 people. That's an average of 122 people per week. Again, the financial contributions this year helping them get to their goal. In 2020, they've been part of the free meals program, the Romeo-based 4-County Community Foundation. Over the years, they've received 3 grants from this wonderful organization, most recently being a $5,000 award in April. 4 counties support those they're invaluable to the community. Those other grant dollars have helped find to feed thousands in our community, from the kids all the way up to senior citizens. Thank you to the 4-County Community Foundation. Free Meals also received some donations from the American Legion Walter Fraser Post, 108 in July. A generous gift there from the veterans, always amazing. Helping others in the community, according to Connie Miller, is she wants to thank everybody involved. Also some other participants in helping out. Independence Village, Italia Gardens, Cranks Catering, Sick Pizza Company, and the Magic Brownie Box. Food always welcome and appreciated by free meals. Oxford Township Parks and Rec donating fresh vegetables and herbs from the community garden in Seymour Lake Park. Again, Connie Miller just wants to thank and began to tell everyone how much it means to her guests every week as they make their trip to the Free Meals Program. That Free Meals Program serves the public every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. They serve at the Emmanuel Congregational United Church of Christ. That's located at 1 Hovey Street. And if you'd like to make a donation or maybe even become a volunteer, you can contact Connie Miller at 248-933-4579. Thank you to Connie Miller. She wouldn't thank anybody else, and we want to thank her for doing what she does. She works here at OCTV and also manages that Free Meals Program. And in a separate segment that we've all come to enjoy, I think some of us enjoyed, it's called Behind the Lens. Now in our Behind the Lens segment, pack your patience. Yes, I know those sometimes family photos can be tedious, but pack your patience this holiday as we get selfies taken, pictures taken. Here's a selfie from back in 1839. Robert Cornelius sat for 15 minutes in front of his hand-built camera made of opera glass and sheets of copper. His picture, again, took 15 minutes to develop. It is actually known as one of the first selfies ever taken. So when Aunt Mary or Uncle Bill or even Grandma and Grandpa ask you to gather for that picture, show yourself some patience. It didn't take 15 minutes, but it did for him. In our last story today, lost and hopefully found, and also we are looking forward to Dave Kenny. He's coming up with Science in the News and Auto Talk. All that and more. You are watching Oxford News This Week.
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and these stories are taken from Automotive News. In our first story, Hyundai's second-generation three-row Palisade crossover will borrow some styling cues from the Santa Fe five-seater, including its boxier shape. It also has a more elegant profile and a radically redesigned front end. Like with the latest Santa Fe, Hyundai is going in a new direction, though perhaps not as bold, with the next Palisade expected to launch in the mid-2025 for 26 model year. The grille is squared off and bracketed by 5 horizontally stacked rectangular lights that appear overall larger than the lighting package on the outgoing Palisade. Smoothed out side panels are dominated by large bulged wheel arches. The greenhouse, previewed in spy images, is more tapered with a roof line that slopes back toward the back to aid aerodynamics. The next Palisade will ride on a new platform with a longer wheelbase that enables more interior room. A more spacious three-row layout will position it to compete more effectively with the redesigned Honda Pilot and Toyota Grand Highlander. Seating for 7 or up to 9 passengers is expected. Hyundai says the front center console can be raised to create bench-like seating for 3 in the front row. The dash and steering wheel are similar to the Santa Fe. Analysts believe 2 new engines are planned for the U.S., a 2.5-liter hybrid powertrain and a new turbocharged 2.5-liter to replace the 3.8-liter V6 with 291 horsepower in the outgoing model. Both engines will be paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Prototypes have been spotted driving in near silence, hitting at electrification in some form. The flagship Palisade debuted in 2019 as a rival to the Toyota Highlander, Ford Explorer, and Chevrolet Traverse. And on the recall front, Stellantis is recalling 317,630 Ram trucks because of a problem with the brake hydraulic control unit. The unit may fail or malfunction, affecting the anti-lock brake system and traction control, increasing the risk of a crash. The recall includes the 2017 to 2018 Ram 2500, 3500, 4,500, and 5,500, according to NHTSA document. 100% of affected vehicles have the defect. Stellantis and predecessor Fiat Chrysler automobiles logged 4,622 customer assistant records, 53,448 warranty claims, and 1,460 field reports potentially linked to the issue between November of 2016 and March of 2024. NHTSA opened an investigation on November 28, 2022, into braking issues in the 2017 to 18 Dodge Ram 2500 and 3500 vehicles. The investigation centered on hydraulic control units in anti-lock brake systems that may fail or make braking more difficult. Stellantis responded to NHTSA's inquiries and collaborated on testing through mid-2024. After reviewing engineering data and testing defective parts, the automaker initiated a voluntary recall on November 21st of 2024 to address the control unit defect. As of November 18th, 2024, the automaker said it was not aware of any crashes or injuries related to the defect. Repairs involve replacing the control units with an upgraded one with a new pump motor brush material. Owners are advised to watch for malfunction indicator lamps, which indicate when the anti-lock brake system motor is not working. Dealers were notified of the issue on December 5th, and owners will be contacted January 9th through the 17th. Well, that's it for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television.
Back with you on Oxford Sports. Hope you're watching some of that on our community channel here. We've been capturing some basketball, some volleyball, and also some swimming. We've been watching it on the weekend. But hey, kudos going out to Oxford High School senior Jake Champagne. He tied Oxford's all-time scoring record during a 75-40 win over Anchor Bay on the 6th of December. Champagne's, now get this, 1,120th career point came in the second half of Friday's basketball game and was the 22nd point of the night. Champagne made 6 two-point shots, 3 three-point shots, and 1 free throw during the game's second and third quarter. He called tying the record of a great feeling. Oxford started the game with an 11-0 run that included 3-point shots and a layup. Anchor Bay would score the game's next 6 points, calling a timeout at 2:45 left in the first quarter. When the timeout was taken, a layup from Oxford senior Nolan Mauser pushed the Wildcat lead to 13-6. Good defense from the forced Anchor Bay to turn the ball over roughly at 1:45 before the Wildcats ended the quarter with another 3-pointer. The score was 16-8. Both teams started the second quarter by making multiple 3-point shots. Oxford in 3 and Anchor Bay with 1. Oxford senior Luke Stuffin scored the first 2-point basket of the quarter, and around 3:30 left in the first half. Champagne scored 16 in the second quarter, then scored while being fouled. His free throw gave the Wildcats a 30-16 lead. Wildcats immediately stopped Anchor Bay on the defensive side after Champagne's free throw, leading the fast break score with Anchor Bay's timeout and time left to made 3 free throws by senior Luke Daigle. He extended Oxford's lead to 38-16. Champagne missed a shot, though, collected his own rebound, and then rescored. Champagne's basket to back gave the Wildcats 41 actual points. Champagne again led the scores with 22. Junior Brendan Elling, and Stoffin scored the second and third. Oxford had with 17 and 10. Stuffin's 5-point, 3-goal field goals were most in the game. Coach Fedorenchik said the team is in a good spot thanks to its seniors providing leadership. He actually called Champagne and Stuffin an incredible backcourt and said that his team has great culture and great spirit. Congratulations to Jake on tying that all-time record. I'm sure before the season ends, we're going to see a new name up on the wall. That'll be very interesting. We're going to take a slight break. I know Dave Kenny's got something planned, and in our last story today, hopefully it's called Lost and Hopefully Found in a Twist of Luck. We'll have that in our last story as Oxford News This Week continues.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from New Scientist. A vital ocean current that transports warm water to the North Atlantic is weakening faster than previously thought, according to models that simulate the impact of meltwater from the Greenland ice sheet. Given the pace at which the world is now overshooting its emission targets and the rate at which Greenland's ice sheet is melting, the researchers say the current's strength could fall by as much as a third within 15 years. The Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, or AMOC, is like an oceanic conveyor network that moves warmer waters from the equator to the North Atlantic and takes cool water from high northern latitudes southward into the deep ocean. For decades, researchers have warned that if the AMOC were to break down, it would result in increasing climate chaos across the globe, including a drop in temperatures in Europe and disruptions to the monsoon rains in Asia. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, says most climate models project that the AMOC will slow in the later 21st century under most emission scenarios, but that a shutdown of the current before 2100 is very unlikely. However, these models don't fully include the effects of fresh water entering the Atlantic from the Arctic. Gabriel Ponce and Laurie Menville at the University of New South Wales in Australia have now used a computer model to study the past and future impact of this meltwater. When fresh water from the melting ice reaches the ocean, it disturbs layers of denser water below the surface. This in turn triggers slow-moving waves called Kelvin and Rossby waves that take decades to travel southwards. The model suggests the AMOC has been slowing down at 0.46 sverdrups per decade since 1950, each sverdrup equating to 1 million cubic meters of water per second. We are showing that over the last 70 years, the oceanic circulation weakened due to the meltwater from the Greenland and Canadian Arctic, says Ponce. It will force a faster and stronger weakening than the IPCC has predicted. Ponce says the IPCC needs to update its formal forecast for the AMOC slowing. While the study doesn't predict when the current may stop altogether, he says this could occur suddenly and unexpectedly. AMOC should be delivering the warm water from the tropics to the North Atlantic, but instead it will be delivered to the southern part of the globe, says Ponce. If the AMOC stops, it will drastically disrupt the distribution of heat on Earth. Earlier this year, another study by René van Westen at Utrecht University in the Netherlands and his colleagues suggested that the AMOC could collapse between 2037 and 2064, primarily based on modeling of salinity data. Van Westen agrees that the IPCC needs to update its projections. The main takeaway from this new study is that climate models are again too biased and that AMOC weakening and possibly a collapse is likely underestimated in the current generation of climate models, he says. Stefan Ramstorp at the Potsdam University or Institute for Climate Impact Research in Germany says the new study shows there is much greater likelihood that the AMOC will weaken faster than previously thought and may pass a tipping point at which it collapses. It confirms what many have suspected, but what hasn't been shown explicitly before, says Ramstorp. Climate models have underestimated the anthropogenic AMOC weakening until now because they neglect the increase in freshwater influx from Greenland, melting, and other sources. But Sang-Ki Lee at the United States National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, who has been critical of predictions that the AMOC will imminently collapse, is more cautious. The study assumes that Greenland ice started melting in 1960, and before that it was zero, which he says is unrealistic. So, the estimated ice melting induced weakening of the AMOC during the historical period may not be reliable, he says. Well, scientists, take your choice. That's it for this edition of Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny.
Welcome back to Oxford News This Week. In kind of an ironic twist, it's called, in our last story, Lost and Hopefully Found. In a twist of luck, or maybe a great mystery, 2 football trading cards were found in Centennial Park last weekend, right after the holiday parade. In an ironic twist, my mom found a card at the corner of the park, and I found one near the gazebo. Maybe a case of trying to find the owner of these 2 cards and a chance to get them back home. Again, quite a mystery. Not quite sure how the 2 members of the same family, Mom and myself, found 2 different trading cards on 2 different days. We'll show them right here, and if maybe one of your youngsters or somebody who collects the cards who lost them that day would like them back, we'd like to maybe mail them back to you. If these cards do seem familiar to you and they're not in your collection, feel free to contact our office. 248-628-9658. Once again, 2 cards, 2 family members, 2 different days. Feel free to call us if they're your cards. OCTV actually can be viewed on Spectrum Charter Channel 191 or Channel 99 on the ATT Uver system. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, or even the Roku app as well. If you have a show idea or would like to volunteer at OCTV, give our office a call at 248-628-9658, or maybe you lost your cards. A very special thank you going out to our producer, director, and the man who edits it all and makes it look good, Kyle Sage. We appreciate you, sir. News writer extraordinaire Allison Miller, also our programmer and also a member of the Free Meals, or the manager of the Free Meals program, Connie Miller. Our own station manager who's been out for a few, she'll be back real soon, Terry Stiles. For everyone right here at OCTV, I'm Jim Hughes, hoping you have a safe week. I will invite you back next time, and then we again will take a look at Oxford News This Week. Have a great holiday, everyone. Shop local.